What's up, everybody? It's Mel coming to ya from the one and only Small Fry Show. We have made our swap up here in. It's time to head back. It's windy tonight. The weather is not crappy. I wouldn't say it's crappy, but it's definitely windy. But tonight we're gonna talk about an article that I read about this upcoming winter and how there's going to be a shortage of snowplow drivers and what that means for, the motoring public and things like that. But before we get too deep in this thing, you already know what I need you to do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to come join the family. Also, the views and topics expressed in this video are mine and mine only. They do not represent the company that I work for. I am not a spokesperson for said company. Now that we got that out the way, hope everybody having a good night, a good day, a good morning, whenever this video reaches you. So, the article, that I read, it was basically saying in 11 states, it was like Colorado, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Jersey, the states where it snows pretty much, that there is going to be a shortage of plow drivers, whether it's on the state level, the city level. I don't know if y'all can tell by the wind, it's actually rocking the truck side to side right now. And so they kind of led with the article that there's a driver shortage, which there is. And I've noticed here lately, they're really pushing that. But I'm here to tell everybody, it's always been a driver shortage. At least as long as I've been driving. I have 15 years in March. It's always been a driver shortage. Maybe not to this degree, but they dug a little deeper, and then they said, well, the states can't compete with the private sector. So like Ohio, to drive a plow for Ohio is $19 an hour, and it's seasonal. Now, if you're looking for a job and trying to get your foot in the door and things like that, then that's cool. But to have a commercial license and to have that type of responsibility, yeah, it's cool to learn that on the trade and things like that. But man, there's fast food restaurants and grocery stores paying almost that. Now not quite as that, but $19 an hour just isn't enough, and that's where they're struggling at. They got to pay a little more. But also, there is a labor shortage right now. People just aren't working right now for whatever reason. I can't answer that. But I know part of it is the money. I don't want to drive a plow for $19 an hour. I mean, not when I can go do something else with less responsibility and make that type of money. And so they were just basically saying that expect to have longer commutes, expect to have, the roads to be terrible, because the plow drivers that they do have, they'll be doubling up, the routes, and, tripling up, adding overtime and things like that. And, obviously those guys have to get their rest and whatnot. They'll try to contract some of it out, but it's only so much of that they can do. And so, it's no different for us than to just take your time, do what you can. If you got to park, if you got to go for your comfort level and what you feel comfortable with. Nobody can drive that truck for you, and I've been saying that through all these videos. You got to drive for what you're comfortable with. Look at the weather, get you a good app, one you can rely on. Some of these weather apps are better than others. You'll learn that. I ain't promoting nobody, so I ain't saying who. said, have you a change of clothes, a dry pair of socks, a coat, maybe a small shovel, kitty litter, sand, something to help you get unstuck, gloves, some crackers, water, because it may come a time when you may need it, especially if the states aren't going to be able to clear the roads like they need to. So we could be potentially in for a long winter. That's kind of what I got from that, is that we're going to be in for a long commute, as far as winter is concerned. And I don't remember, it was Ohio maybe, Colorado, they were 300 drivers short of what they needed. And they're already getting snow out there. They've been getting snow out there for, this a month or so now. They get it, end of September, beginning of October, especially up in the mountains. They really get the snow up through there. But they were just saying that they were short 300 drivers for what they really need to be able to handle the workload. And, people get burnt out and things like that. And I ain't never been a plow driver, but you got to have rest. You got to have an alert mind. And they already go slow because of the snow moving operations and things like that. So that's just something to be prepared for, because they're not planning on being able to hire what they need to be able to tackle the workload. I think even it was a town up in Massachusetts, they were offering, like, if you had a CDL or your own equipment, they were offering like $310 an hour or something like that. I mean, that's how bad it is. But also, I feel like if they can pay a contractor $310 an hour, then they should be able to bump the pay up a little bit for the seasonal workers. But I don't know the ins and outs of that, or behind the lines on what that is, and if it's union and contract and things like that. I don't know, so I'm not going to speak on that, speculate on that. It's not right for me to do that. But just know that we in for a long winter. It's windy tonight. Wind's gusting pretty good. Just know that we in for a long winter, and to be prepared to the best of your ability. Know what you're getting yourself into as far as the weather, what they're expecting on that day, or your route, or whatever. And that way you can be as safe as possible. And if you need to, come up with a different plan, you can get somebody on the phone and say, hey, I don't feel safe continuing on, or whatever that looks like. And even if you're home every day, your route gets back, you may get stuck somewhere, the road can get closed, you can get snowed in, where you may need to go to a hotel. So you need to make sure you got a change of clothes, and understand that you may not get home every night when the winter comes. And this route right here is on a snow belt. I'll make a video about snow belts and how the snow comes and the way it blows off the lake and the wind. I'll make that a whole separate video. But I just want everybody to be safe and be prepared. You may need to sit down and talk to your family if this is your first winter, or even if it's not. Hey, winter's coming. I may be a little stressed. I may be a little tense. I need to get my rest. I need to pack some stuff. Communicate that with them. Let them know the route you're taking. Hey, the roads are going to be bad. This is where I'm going to be. That way, and they know if something happens, they know where to start looking. You don't want to get somewhere and get stuck on one of these back roads with no phone service and nobody know where you are. Yeah. I seen that happen to a young man out in Oregon a couple years ago. Nobody knew where he was. He was missing for like a week. He was on a road where trucks shouldn't be on, and he got stuck back there in the snow. And since trucks shouldn't have been on that road, nobody knew to look for him on that road. And the snow was so deep that his tracks got covered. So you don't want that to happen. There's apps out there. Life 360 is one of them, where people can see where you are, and they don't even know if your phone's going dead. It'll at least give them somewhere to start looking if something goes wrong. If you lose service or something, they at least know where you lost service at, when, where. I mean, they can see how fast you're going, the direction. all that. It gives people a general idea of, hey, this is where he was last seen. We know where to start looking, because truck drivers do go missing. Some of these back roads in these towns are desolate. They're out in the middle of nowhere. You're out there when it's snowing on these back roads and they ain't clearing them off, then you're going to get yourself in some trouble. So it's just something to think about ahead of time and get prepared. You want to be proactive, not reactive. You don't want to be reactive to it. You want to be proactive. Be out in front of it. Be ahead of it. And be prepared. That's the key to all of this. Like I said, March will be 15 years for me. So I've been through some winters. I've been through some rough weather. Go back and look at my videos from last winter. There's some snow up in there. And I've always been as safe as I can be and whatnot. And I've always called my own shots. And what I mean by that is not on nothing arrogant or nothing like that, but nobody's going to drive this truck except me. Not no dispatcher, not no priority on no load, nobody. Because if something happens, I got to answer for it. If I run off in the ditch, or I turn this truck over, or I have a wreck, I can't say, well, they made me go. No, it's me. So I'm going to drive this truck from my comfort level and what I'm comfortable with. And I want you to do the same, because there is dispatchers at certain companies that'll push you and tell you to keep going, and this person did that, and when that driver kept going, okay, well, that's them. If they want it there bad enough, they better send somebody to come and get it if you ain't ready, if you ain't prepared, and if you won't feel safe. I've said that in many videos. Go back and look at my winter videos. I've said it. Don't let nobody put you in a predicament that you don't feel safe in, because when you feel unsafe and you get scared, that's when bad things happen. And I don't care how long you've been doing this. Like I said, I'll have 15 years in March. I still get nervous. I still get scared. The weather still bothers me, especially if it's foggy, if it's ice, if the snow is deep. You know, you've lost. Once you lose the road, you're guessing at that point. When the road is covered and you've lost it, you're guessing, and that's not a good feeling. Especially at night, and a lot of times at night you'll have the snow blowing back in your face. With the headlights and the snow, it's like twilight, and it'll play on you. It'll mess with your eyes. It'll mess with your mind, and that's what wears you out. Mental is going to go. You're going to get tired mentally first before physically getting tired, because driving is easy. It's the mental, it's the decision making, it's to try to keep the truck on the road, it's the, am I breaking traction? Am I coming up on somebody? I can't see the road. Am I on the road? The road's not plowed. I don't want to get stuck. Oh, I can't see, and I don't know if I'm gonna hit something. All that is what wears you out. Do that for 10 hours, and it'll wear you out. And you'll be exhausted mentally. You'll be like, what done happened? And people not gonna understand that, because they're not out here doing that, and that's fine. But you got to be prepared to say, hey, I'm not having a good day. I done got wore out. I need to go to bed, or I'll talk to you later. I'm fine. You know, you in a storm, you park safely for the night, shoot your family a text, call them something. Hey, this is where I'm parked. This is where I'm at. The roads are bad. I'm going to bed. I'm going to get up in the morning, see how I feel, see how it looks, and we'll go from there. That's all you got to do. And I want everybody to be as safe as they can this winter. Protect yourself. Protect your license. Drive for what you're comfortable for. You'll see people out here, roads will be covered, they'll be doing 50 and 60. That's on them. Let them get around you, let them go. Quicker they get around you, you don't got to worry about them taking you out. Don't drive with the pack. That's why we see so many pileups we see. Every year they get more and more, worse and worse. People running, they can't see. They doing 40 and 50, they right up behind each other. Somebody breaks traction, or something coming to a stop, and it's over with. So be prepared, slow down, drive for your headlights, drive for your comfort. And I promise, we all gonna get through this winter, and the spring comes, and I'm like, woo, I'm glad this winter over with. So I'm gonna bring this video to a close. It's windy, I wanna pay attention to the road and get on down the road like I've been doing. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. As always, make sure your ride, see your pickup and your delivery on time and safely. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Love on somebody today. Please love on somebody today. But most importantly, be the reason that somebody smiles today. The world needs it now more than ever. It's Shermel coming to you from the one and only Small Fry Show. And I'm out. Peace.